Hi everyone, just a quick confirmation as usual, you all can see me, you all can hear me and you all can see the PPT. Hi everybody, okay, just waiting for the confirmation. Once I get the confirmation then we'll start. Okay, great. So I've got some yeses, everything good. Good afternoon everybody. So we'll go to a XAT workshop 2 for quant. As I had promised, we will be doing roughly 6 workshops before that, 4 of quant, 2 of DILR. This workshop also, the first 2 workshops will be slightly easier also, as I had mentioned, and the next 2 will get slightly more difficult based on slightly more difficult XAT and maybe take up some of the other questions. Okay. So we'll start with the workshop as usual quickly, no major time wasted for discussions. This is your schedule for this week, so you already know your schedule, I'm sure, but still it's there if you just want to have a look at it. You also have a VALR session today. Okay, you also have a VALR 3 session today, and there will be DM tomorrow, and so on. Starting with the first question, very standard basic question. Please have a look at it quickly and start giving me answers. Okay, everybody, first question, pretty doable one. They have told us P, Q, R, S are whole numbers. So important for you is that whole numbers. And they have said this has to be a perfect cube. So n has to be a perfect cube. So like in short, n is like a y cube or something. Anybody answer? I'm waiting. Okay. Vishesh, I have my doubts, but I will just check. Vishesh, I have doubt with your answer. Nausheen also has given the same answer. 3 people have given the same answer. No, Vishesh again gave the answer. Nausheen and Vishesh, just check, because only if I look at this much, 7 raised to q minus 2, if this has to be a perfect cube, then what will happen to q? For this to be a perfect cube, basically this has to be a multiple of 3. Okay, for this to be a perfect cube, this has to be a multiple of 3, and if q minus 2 has to be a multiple of 3. Okay, one argument is that you can make everything 0 also. Yes, all the negatives you can make 0. So it has to be a multiple of 3 or 0, because when I write 7 raised to 0, it becomes 1. So over here q can become 2. Obviously q could be 5, but we want the smallest value, so q is 2. What about p? 11 raised to p plus 6. See, since all of them are prime numbers, I'm not even worried about what the base is. So now I'm looking only at this, p plus 6. For p plus 6, I can take p as 0. What about for r plus 1? For r plus 1, I can take, listen to this very carefully, I can take r as 2. And the important one was again 2 raised to s. So only s, I can take s as also 0, because I have given whole numbers. We will take 2 questions, we will do 2 questions over here, once with whole numbers and once with natural numbers. So p plus q plus r plus s will be 4. So the smallest value for p plus q plus r plus s will be 4. You were right, Vishesh. Okay. Muskan, how did you get 3, Muskan? Just check once more. Okay. Now let's change the question a little bit. What if p, q, r, s were all natural numbers? Okay. What will happen if p, q, r, s are natural numbers? Then I can't make any of the powers 0. If this is natural numbers, I can't make any of the powers 0. Now see, remember p can't be 0. Okay, so only P will change now, and S will also change. So P cannot be 0, P will have to be 3, Q can still be 2, R can still be 2, and S will have to be 3. And now the answer will come out to be 10, because they have to be all natural numbers instead of whole numbers. P will be 3 and S will also be 3, and hence the answer will become 10. So obviously इसके variations बहुत सारे हो सकते हैं. You have to be very careful in an exam situation. They could give you a couple of questions over here, 11 over here also, and maybe 11 over here also. So a couple of variations can be possible. You have to be very careful with that. Hi everyone, just a quick confirmation. Is everything okay now? Okay, looks good. Can we start? Okay, so anybody got the answer to this question? You all had time? Okay, so let me know the answer to this question. What have you all got? Okay, great. Let's start. Somebody saying 17. Anybody else? Somebody else also got 17. Okay, let's check. Okay, let's understand how such questions will be done. What is the first part of the question? First of all, how many numbers can be formed? So obviously the number of numbers which can be formed over here will be 5 factorial divided by 2 factorial and 2 factorial, right? It is the repetition wala topic. So that will be 5 factorial is 120, 120 divided by 4, that will be 30. That's the first part of the question, that there are 30 words which can be formed. Now let's see which are the individual letters which we have. So L and V do not have repetitions, right? So first let's think with L. L से कितने words है? I know E will come before L, but first let's understand with L how many words are there. Okay. Now if I start with L, definitely. Okay. What will happen behind E, V, E, L? Let's go through this question in detail, let's understand it very carefully and so on. So how many words will you form with L, starting with L? So that would be, according to me, 4 factorial divided by 2, which will be 12 words. You fixed L, right? So you're saying with L you can have 12 words. With E, exactly same logic, 4 factorial divided by 2, you can have 12 words. I want to check my 30 first. And with V starting, I can have 4 factorial divided by 2 factorial 2 times, which is 6 words. So that becomes my 30 first. So just to explain this concept, I have done this part, that with L I will have 12 words, with E I will have 12 words, with V we will have 6 words, and so on. That's the first part of the question. Now what? Let's think a little bit. We know that first all the 12 words with E will go away, because level in the dictionary order E will come before L and V will come at the last. So basically it is not in the first 12 words, it is in the next 12 words. Obviously it is not in the last 6 words also. So it is not here, it is not here. It is somewhere over here. Okay. Now, which will be the first words? If I put L, words starting with E and E will come first. Words starting with E and E will come first, because E comes before both the other alphabets. So words starting with E and E will come first. This will be 2 words, because V and L and V can be interchanged. So this will be 2 words. Then we will have LEL. Okay, after that we have LEL, which will be another 2 words, because after that there will be V and E. So there will be 2 more words over here. Next will be LEV, and in that E comes before L. So hence my answer is the 17th word. Did you all understand? I don't know how many people had, just tell me in the chat how many people had attended that lecture when I had taught chalk like this. I had taught the word chalk that time. In that, basically there is no repetition, so that's a slightly easier question. But with repetition, it is a slightly more difficult question. Has everybody understood this very clearly? With repetition, things are always a little bit difficult, so practice a little bit, couple of questions like this. You can take any random words and you can practice it. Okay. Can we just move ahead? Okay. Let's go to the next one. Time and work question. Again, I made the question into 2 parts. Umang, it will be there in the recording. You can have a look at the recording again if you still have a doubt. See, I'll just explain it quickly. With L, I will have 12 words. So, sorry, starting with E, I will have 12 words. My answer is not within those 12. My answer is in the next 12. And then L with double E, 2 words. L with EL, 2 words, and so on. Yeah, let's quickly go to this question. XYZ have to read a document of 117 pages. That means the total work to be done is 117 pages, 117 pages, units, whatever you want to call it. Okay. And make a presentation the next day. X can read a page in 2 minutes, Y in 3 minutes, and Z in 4 minutes. So X can read 1 page in 2 minutes, Y can read 1 page in 3 minutes, Z 1 page in 4 minutes. If they divide the article into 3 parts so that all 3 of them spend equal amount of time is spent on the article, find the number of minutes required to finish reading the document and also the number of pages that Y would read. So, what would I do in such a case? I would first work on what can be done exactly in the LCM of times. So, LCM of 2, 3 and 4 is 12. Okay. Now, which means 12. If X works for 12 minutes, he can read 1 page in 2 minutes. So, in 12 minutes, he will read 6 pages. Remember, we are doing for everybody, all 3 of them we are doing for 12 minutes. Y in 12 minutes will, in 3 minutes he does 1 page. So, in 12 minutes he will do 4 pages. And Z can do 1 page in 4 minutes, so 3 pages. 10 plus 3, 13 pages. 13 pages in 12 minutes. 13 pages in 12 minutes is the first part. We want total of 117 pages. How many minutes? First answer, 13 nines is 117, and therefore first answer will be 12 nines are 108 minutes. Everybody understood the first part? Oh, somebody's got 214 minutes. I don't know where. Where did you get 214 from? Somebody, whoever has given the 214 as the answer, check your answer. 108 minutes. We also want to know how much part of that Y would have read. So, Y reads 4 pages in 12 minutes. So, in 12 minutes, Y is reading 4 pages. So, in 108 minutes, how much will he read? 12 nines are 108. So, 4 nines are 36 pages. I hope that is clear, everybody. Cool? Everybody understood that? Decent question on time and work. Not very difficult, something like what XAT was last year. Okay, this is an exact XAT question from last year. This is XAT 25. You might have done it, might have not done it, but it's a nice question, so I've just thought of putting it here. And I've removed the options so that people don't remember the options. See, a lot of places I've purposely removed the options because I want you to understand the concept. So there are 25 rooms. If I say single occupancy ke rooms are X, double occupancy ke rooms are, get me an answer. Somebody got 324 minutes now. I don't know where you got 324 minutes from and why are you lagging behind so much? Okay. No, total is not 324 minutes. I announced 108 minutes. I don't know what you all did. Check it later, and I think you're lagging behind. You just need to refresh once and get back to live. Anybody answer for this question? Somebody saying 65,000. I don't think so. That's the answer. See, without options, these questions become very interesting. So, a lot of people have got the answer right. Paris, what have you done? Some small error? Okay, Abhimanyu is saying he's just done the XAT 25 paper. Yeah, get me the answer, Shinjini. Oh, you're just giving me two equations. What do you want to find first? Think on that. So, you know, suppose if I take x, y, z, there are 25 rooms. So, x plus y plus z can be 25. Then the single occupancy charge and so on, that I'll come to later. There are 55 people. In a single occupancy room, only one person will stay. In a double occupancy room, two people will stay. In a three occupancy room, three people will stay. And this will become equal to how much? 55. That's my second equation. Yes, perfect. A lot of people have started getting the answer now. Okay. So now, what are we getting further? We have these two equations. Now, what do we want to find? Let's understand that. We want to maximize the revenue. The revenue is 2000x plus 3000y plus 3500z. This is what I want to find and I want to maximize this. You can't just find this, you have to maximize it. Okay. Now, lot of people over here think that they should maximize z, which is incorrect. Let me explain the logic to you. Okay. Why should we not do that? Because लोगों को लगता है ये maximize हो गया तो आंसर बड़ा हो जाएगा. No. Because also that will use up 3 people. That will also use up 3 people. Same way some people think, okay, let's maximize x because one person से 2000 मिलेगा. But if I do that, my rooms will get over faster. So actually in this question, you have to maximize y. Very important. See, you have to know why you have to maximize y. Okay. So if you subtract these two equations, you will get y plus 2z is equal to 30, and if I take y full as 30, okay, the problem is you don't have 60 people. So remember, you have 55 people. Now what will happen? How many people will you need to utilize this? Y plus 2z is 30 is what we have got. You need to find out the value in such a way that y is maximized. Obviously we can say y is 30, but if y is 30, this equation goes for a toss. You have to keep in mind this equation also. Y cannot be 30. Even this equation goes for a toss. So y will have to be less than 25. That is so very, very obvious, because x plus y plus z is 25. Maximum y can be 25. But if I take y as 25, z becomes 0. Okay. And then what happens over here? Y as 25, 5 लोगों को कहाँ रखोगे? So you have to plan this in such a way, that single equation, that suppose when z is 1, when z is 1, what will y be? Y will be 28. When z is 2, ulta ho gaya, हाँ, z is 2, y will be 26, and so on. So what are the number of things you're going to get? How many rooms of each type? You will take, finally when you reach 20 rooms over here, so this will be 24, 22 and 20. When you reach 20 rooms over here, you will reach 5 rooms over here. That gives you the maximum answer, because it satisfies all the equation. X is 0, it satisfies this equation also. 2y will become 40 plus 3z will become 15, and it will satisfy all the equations, and that is why this will be the answer. Now check the amounts. 3000y, so that will become 60,000 rupees, plus 3500z, that will become 17,500 rupees. So answer is 77,500. Everybody got that? Okay, again I don't know why there is a lag, surprising. Time speed distance. Sorry guys, but I don't know what happened suddenly to the internet, but today can't help it much. Trying to work it out the best possible thing. Come on, get the answer for this question. Vikram can reach his workplace either by cycling. Vikram can reach his workplace either by cycling or by walking. Yeah, just give me 2 minutes. I'm also just waiting. Once you all confirm that you all can hear me, I will restart it. Okay, just confirm within to me whether you all can hear me, then only I'll restart speaking. ठीक है, just hope, keep the fingers crossed कि ये चले थोड़ी देर अभी अच्छे से. So, lot of people have given the answer. Okay, let's start with the question then. Vikram can reach his workplace either by cycling or by walking. Cycling takes 1/5 of the time taken to walk the same distance. That means अगर cycling का speed 5x है तो walking का speed x है. We can take 5 and 1 also because that will not matter too much. Okay, one morning he started walking because a bicycle was not available. So he was going where? Okay, after walking 2 kilometers, he reached a bookstore. At that moment, his son called to say that the bicycle was now available. Vikram observed that walking from the bookstore to the office takes the same time as walking back home, taking the bicycle and then cycling to the office. So, this is home. This is, say, the bookstore, and this is office. After walking 2 kilometers, so this part we already know is 2 kilometers. This we will call D. Okay. Now, his son called. Vikram observed that the walking from bookstore to the office takes the same time as walking back home, taking the cycle and then cycling to the office. I will not take unnecessary one more variable. I will take this as 5 and 1 only because I don't think so that will really matter. Now, let's take the time is equal. They are saying time in case 1 will be equal to time in case 2. What is case 1? He continues walking. That means he will cover d kilometers at walking. That means d divided by 1. Case 2, he will go back walking 2 kilometers, which will be 2 divided by 1, plus he will cover 2 plus d full at the speed of 5. And this you should solve and get the answer. Should I, again there is somebody saying lag. Is there a lag? One person has said lag. If there is no lag, others just confirm. Okay. Will you all be able to solve this out now? Okay. So, somebody else has said sab theek hai. Okay, great, great. Okay, so couple of people are facing lags. Maybe their internet also is behaving like my internet. So, what will I get if I take LCM? I will get 5d is equal to 10 plus 2 plus d. 4d is equal to 12. D is equal to 3. Simple, straightforward, nice time, speed, distance question. Just had to understand the logic. Next question. लास्ट 2 डिजिट्स हमने एक बार पहले भी किया था, एक बार वापस कर रहा हूं. आई हैव अ गट फीलिंग दैट विल आस्क समथिंग अराउंड दिस ईयर. ऐसे भी इट्स अ गुड कॉन्सेप्ट टू जस्ट नो. Last 2 digits they are asking, not last 1 digit. Read the question. Last 2 digits. Last 1 digit तो मैं concepts में सिखाता हूँ. अभी हो गया, उसका questions नहीं आता है. You just have to understand it for some concept. Shantanu has given an answer. I don't think so, Shantanu, you are right. Somebody is given 07. Up till now, 2 answers wrong. I think 1 answer, Nausheen is given it right. Yes, 2 digit you have to do. That's why I am expecting it to come at that. So, what do we know? 27 square will end in 9 and then 9 square will end in 1. So, pehle to I need to write this as 27 raised to 256. multiply by 27 raised to 1. 256 because this becomes a multiple of 4, right? So I can write 27 raised to 4 raised to 256 multiply by 27 raised to 1. Clear till here, everybody? Now let's just go to the rough work and solve what is 27 square. 27 square we know is 729. So for 27 square, the last two digits will become 29. I don't need to do the whole thing. So I can write 29 raised to 2 raised to 256 into 27 raised to 1. Okay. Now 29 square is 841. So the last two digits are 41 over here. 41 raised to 256 multiply by 20. Actually not 256. This will be 64. My bad. This will be 64. That's a mistake over here. So 64 into 27 raised to 1. 1 will come as it is. The second last digit, whenever the 1 is there, the second last digit will come from here. 4 4s are 16. So we'll just put 6 over here. And the last calculation you'll have to do manually. 61 into 27. 27 1 is 27. 2 carry. 27 6 is 162. 162 plus 2 is 164. So answer is 47. Interesting question. Tell me whether you all have understood this. If people have not understood, I will do one more example. If people haven't understood, I can do one more example. Any random numbers we can take and we can try. There's nothing much to do over here. Nausheen, you're saying yes for understood. 61 kaise aaya? This 1 will come down as it is. 4 4s are 16. So that 16 ka 6 will come here. So this rule is valid only for 1. Okay, let's take one more example. Couple of people are asking for one more example. Again, some random number I'm taking. 33 raised to 421. Okay. So we know 3 square ends in 9, 9 square ends in again 9 square ends in how much? 1. So again I will write this as 33 raised to 4 raised to something, wait, that something I will write, into 33 raised to 1. So 420 divided by 4 is 105. 420 divided by 4 is 105. 33 raised to 4. Let's see what is 33 square. How much is 33 square? Do you all remember? 1089. 33 square is 1089. So I will take only 89. So I'll get 89 square raised to 105 into 33 raised to 1. Okay. 89 square. I don't know 89 square, but I know that it will end in 21. I hope you all know the trick for this. If you all don't know, I will teach it. Pay attention carefully. Okay. If you don't know the trick to find 89 square ka last two digits, what is 100 minus 89? 11. 11 ka last two digits are 21. 11 square ka last two digits are 21. So therefore 89 square ka last two digits also become 21. वापस repeat कर रहा हूँ. 89 square, how do you find the last two digits? 89, 100 minus 89 is 11. 11 square is 121. Last two digits are 21. And therefore 89 ka last two digits are also 21. So we will get 21 raised to 105 into 33. 1 will come as it is. 2 5s are 10. So 01 into 33. This is the oral. So answer will be 33. Everybody understood this method now? Are we clear? This is valid for only odds. Maybe in the third or the fourth quant marathon, we might do one even numbers also. Okay. Chalo, let's go ahead. a mixture of progressions and algebra. So we convert it to 1. Yes, always you need to convert it to 1. That's the main rule. Obviously, you can convert only odd numbers to 1. You cannot even convert 5. So 5 के लिए तो बहुत simple है. We'll discuss it next time. 5 and even numbers we'll discuss it next time. Anybody answer for this question? You can give me the numbers also if you're starting to get first. ये part second half में कर सकते हो. पहले give me the numbers. Which are the 4 numbers? Find the 4 numbers. Or give me the values of x and y. They have very clearly said increasing AP, so please pay attention to that also. So the question is in 3 parts. I want x, I want y, I want the 4 numbers, and then I want the sum of the 10 terms. How we got 29 in the previous question. 29 कैसे आया था? कौन सा? 523 का स्क्वायर? No, I don't. Yeah, 23 का स्क्वायर से आया था. I think so. Yeah, 27 का स्क्वायर से. 27 square was 729. Devashish, did you understand? I got 29 by taking 27 square. 27 square is 729. Yeah, anybody answer for this question? Okay, somebody's given me the answer for x and y, which looks right. So it's a AP, so common difference is constant. So 15 minus x is 2x square minus 3y square minus 3 minus 15. So I've got 15 minus x is equal to 2x square minus 3y square minus 18. If I write everything properly, I get 0 is equal to 2x square minus 3y square minus 33 plus x. Okay. Read very carefully, you will understand that there is no y in the question. There is only y square. That means if we could eliminate y square, the sum will become doable. We can do this number minus this number also. So what will that give me? 4x plus 2y square plus 19 minus 2x square plus 3y square plus 3 is also equal to 15 minus x, because the common difference is constant continuously. And what will this equation give you? It will give me a negative 2x square plus 5y square plus 5x plus 4 is equal to 0, not plus 4, plus 7. Plus 7 is equal to 0. I am just checking. Negative 2x square counted, 2y square plus 3y square counted, 5y square, 5x, so these both are counted, 5x. 19 minus 15 is 4, 4 plus 3 is 7. Now try to get rid of y square. When you get rid of y square, you will get a quadratic for x. and you will take that x and you will continue. Solving of the equation. Now you have this equation and this equation. As I said, try to get rid of y square and you will solve the equation. You will get x as 4, y you get maybe plus or minus 1, but you will have to take only y as 1 because you don't want negative. Answers आए सबके, x is 4, y is 1. See, also थोड़ा सा you can do also trial and error depending on theta, whether options होंगे, क्या मांगा है. You can do a little bit trial and error. X comes out to be 4, y comes out to be 1. Put it in the question. That means my series is 4, 15, dash, dash, dash. I just need to check whether I have not made any error. 4 and 15 is the first term and the second term. We want the sum of the first 10 terms. So use the formula S10, 10 upon 2, bracket 2a plus n minus 1 into d. 99 plus 8, 107 into 5, 535. Everybody got that? Okay, I tried with random values and got it. Exactly what I said. You can try with random values. You might get lucky sometimes. You might not get lucky sometimes. Devashish, you didn't reply whether you understood how I explained 29. Huh? You'll ask questions and then you don't reply. It becomes very difficult for me to understand. Chalo, let's go ahead. Very, very, very simple sum, level A question. A red die and a blue die are rolled simultaneously. What is the probability that the number shown on the red die is greater than the number shown on the blue dice? We'll have to make all the cases. I hope you know your sample space. The red die can have 6 possibilities. The blue die can have 6 possibilities. So your sample space is 36. I hope nobody, you don't need to solve this. Pay attention why you should not be solving this. इतना टाइम नहीं लगना चाहिए था. Okay, this should be an oral question. Let me explain this 36. 36 का ब्रेकअप करते हैं. 1 1 2 2 3 3 4 4 5 5 6 6. I'll repeat 1 1 2 2 3 3 4 4 5 5 6 6. 6 cases where both are equal. So out of 36, 6 are gone, 30 are left. 15, red is more, and 15, blue is more. So answer will be 15 upon 36, which is equal to 5 upon 12. Right? Just let me know whether you all did this or you actually counted. Let me know in the chat whether how many people did this exactly or did they count actually. Okay, let's go to the next question. Good. Anybody answer for this one? I hope you don't make a mistake. Go through it very carefully. Okay, some people are getting B, some people are getting A. Think a little bit. I'm waiting. Slightly difficult sums, I'm giving a little bit more time. Lot of people have got A. I want everybody who's got A to go back and think a little bit carefully. Now, if you notice the first part, this whole, to find the domain, I'll have to say this whole thing is greater than 0, right? The whole thing is greater than 0. Now, if I solve that for that greater than 0, what will I? If I use this, actually no, not that is not greater than 0, this is greater than 0. Okay, let me explain this one more time. Log of 0 is not defined, so only greater than 0 is defined. So we say log to the base 3, log to the base 5, 20x minus x square minus 91 will be greater than 0, right? Again lag, God knows what happened. Everything is fine, I didn't change anything on my side. Network is playing a game. Okay, let's start. So, I'll repeat what I just said. Log of 0 is not defined. Log 0 or log negative is not defined, right? Therefore, this part will have to be greater than 0, not this whole part. This part will have to be greater than 0. So, if I take this part now, what will I get? Log to the base 5, 20x minus x square minus 91 will be greater than 3 raised to 0. How much is 3 raised to 0? 1. So, log to the base 5, 20x minus x square minus 91 will be greater than 1. And then this part will be greater than 5 raised to 1. 20x minus x square minus 91 is greater than 5 raised to 1, which is 5. Okay, because I want x square to be positive in the quadratic, I am taking everything on the other side. 0 greater than x square minus 21 minus 20x minus 96. So factors will be x minus 12 and x minus 8. So x will be between 8 and 12. Answer is the B option. Let me know now whether you heard me properly. Okay. Since there was a lot of lag and all that, what I'm doing is I'm doing this question one more time. Okay. I know some people would have not understood, so I'm just going to do this question one more time. And maybe before this question, I'll just teach you one more concept. Suppose this was log 7 to the base log 3 to the base log 5, only a was there. This whole bracket I am calling a. Now, what is the logic of a log? When I take log of something, I can't take log of negative or 0. Log of negative or 0 does not exist. That means this part has to be greater than 0. So log to the base 3, log to the base 5a has to be greater than 0. Now, we've already discussed in the concepts how to convert log to indices. So this 3 can go there, it will become log a to the base 5 greater than 3 raised to 0. 3 raised to 0 is 1. So I'll get log, over here I'll get a will be greater than 5 raised to 1. What is the value of a? 20x minus x square minus 91 greater than 5. And therefore I will get x square minus 20x minus 96 is less than 0. Solve this, x minus 12 into x minus 8 less than 0. So x is between 8 and 12. Are we clear? 96 ही लिखा है. Everybody clear? So answer is the second option. All those who had got initially A, okay, you all will think that I'm looking at the side, but I have kept the my phone in such a way because I'm using the hotspot so that it gets some network. Okay, cool. Let's go ahead. चलो next question. Numbers plus permutation combination का combination है. ज़्यादा permutation combination कम numbers. Sorry, plus 96 था, my bad. That was not minus 96, it was plus 96. Yeah. Sure. Let's go to the next one. I want all numbers up to this palindrome with non-repeating digits. Have they said how many digit number I want? No. Which means it can be a 1-digit number. It can be 2 digits ka number, 3 digits, 4 digits, and it can be 5 digits. So except 5 digit, everything else is 1 digit के कितने numbers है? सोचते हैं 9 numbers. We can't, because they've said natural, so I can't take 0. So 1 digit के there will be 9 numbers. 2 digit के लिए first place के लिए I can't use 0, so I have 9 choices. Second place के लिए I can choose 0 also, so 9 9s are 81 choices. 3 digit के लिए 9 choices into 9 choices into 8 choices. I can't choose 0, I can choose 0 and then the remaining 2. Repetition is not allowed. 81 8s are 648. 4 डिजिट के लिए 9 into 9 into 8 into 7, that will be 81 into 56 or 648. 648 into 7. 7 8s are 56, 5, 28 plus 5, 33, 342, 4, 5, 3, 6. So we have already reached somewhere with this answer. That we'll check the addition later. What about the others? Now 5 digit number के लिए क्या होगा? सोचो. Now 5 digit number is the part where you'll have to be very careful. Okay. Now understand, the first digit can be only 1. The first digit can be only 1. So what will I get? When I say my first digit can be only 1, what happens? So I have only one choice. My second digit can be when there is 0, 2 and 3. It can't be 1 again because repetition is not allowed. So I'll do in two cases. When it is 0, 2 or 3, that means these three cases, when it is 0, 2 or 3, there is no restriction for the remaining digits, because 1, 3 something something, that is 13,000 something something, will always be smaller than 14,441. So 1, 3, these three cases. Now over here, out of 10 digits I have used up 2. So I'll have 8 choices over here, 7 choices over here and 6 choices over here. Nobody is getting this question. Slightly difficult question, so people are not getting the answer. Come on, at least give me the multiplication. 7 8s are 56. 56 into 18. 108. 10 carry. 90 plus 10, 100. So this is 1008. I want people to keep checking the multiplication at least. 1008 numbers over here. And I know still some more numbers are there. Okay. Again lag. What's happening? I don't know. I am seeing myself here. I don't see any lag. Otherwise I was understanding lag. So what did I get? 1008 over here. Come on, everybody, let's add this much up at least. 90. So 738 plus 4536 plus 1008. 14 plus 8, 22. 2 carry. 8, 12. So I've already reached 6282, and I can see there's only one more option left with this. टू डिजिट वाला क्यों समझ में नहीं आया? फर्स्ट डिजिट के लिए 9 चॉइसेस है, बिकॉज आई कैन नॉट यूज 0, एंड देन सेकेंड डिजिट में अगेन आई कैन यूज 0, बट आई कांट यूज द फर्स्ट डिजिट. सो 9 9s are 81. So 1008 over here. So I already know this is the answer, but I just want to check what happens when I will actually check properly whether I'm getting this answer or not. So I want to go till 14,041. Now think very carefully. You can go till 14,000 0. So 140 something something, 141 something something, 142 something something, and 143 something something. Pay attention to this very carefully, everybody. Okay. Now when you choose 140, suppose the three digits are 1, 4 and 0. That means those three digits are fixed. Okay. Here you will have how many choices? Out of 10, 3 are gone. 7 into 6, same 7 into 6, same 7 into 6, same 7 into 6. So it will be 42 fours. Okay, so this will become 42. 42 fours are 168. So 6282 plus 168. So मेरा थोड़ा अलग आ रहा है ऑप्शन से. Let's just check this one more time. Answer should be B, but I don't know why I am getting a slightly different answer. I'm just going to confirm this one more time. Yeah, okay, there will be some numbers here also. 10 with. Okay, I'll come back to this question. You all try this question by then. In the previous question, there was only a small calculation error which we will correct it. Anybody got the answer for this question? Anybody got the answer for this question? Remainder is 1, somebody saying. Okay, let's wait. Divide by 1000. 17 raised to 200. Divide by 1000. What is the remainder? Now, what you need to do in this question is a very specific question. Can you write this as 17 square raised to 100? So, 289 raised to 100. Now, pay attention carefully, everybody. 289 can be written as 290 minus 1 raised to 100. Okay. Now, if I expand this using binomial, the first term will be 100C0 into 290 raised to 100, then minus 100C1 into 290 raised to 99, and so on. So, the initial terms though are no problem because they all have 3 zeros. This will have more than 3 zeros, this will have more than 3 zeros. It's only over the last few terms which will be a problem. So, I am going to start backwards. What is my last term? It will raise to 100, so it will have 101 terms. Because it is raised to 100, it will have 101 terms. So, the last term will be positive. What will be my last term? Let's see properly. It will be 100C100 into minus 1 raised to 100. So, my last term is 1. Okay. This term is nothing but 1. What is my second last term? 100C99 into 290 raised to 290 raised to 1, and minus 1 doesn't matter because I've already taken minus 1. Now, let's check इसमें कितने zero है. What is 100C99? 100C99 is 100 and 290 raised to 1 is 290. So, this is 29000. This also has 3 zeros. So, the point is every term except the last term has 3 zeros. So, when I add, subtract, whatever I do up till the second last term, I will get 3 zeros, and when I add over here, it will become 0, 0, 1. So, the last 3 terms of this expansion will be 0, 0, 1. And that is why your answer will be 1. Remember, every other term will not have a problem. If the last term doesn't have a problem, no other term will have a problem. Yeah, I am doing the previous question. The previous question में सिर्फ एक calculation error था, कर लेते वापस. Everybody understood this question? Are we clear? Did enter Euler's method. Fair enough. Binomial is also same logic. What about this one? The one which we were messing up. So, पहला वाला आंसर अपना 9 आया था, फिर 81 आया था, फिर 648 आया था. What is 648 into 7? 56, 5. So 4536. I think there was a calculation error over here. 4536 we had got. Then we had got 1008 and then 42 only 3 times. Let me explain this 42 3 times. 140 42 cases 7 6 are. 141 is not allowed. 142 42 cases and 143 42 cases. So these are 126 cases. Now just do the addition carefully. I think this 10 plus 8 18, 18 plus 6 24, 38, 3 carry, 11, 11 plus 4 15, 15 plus 3 18, 22 carry, 13, 14 and 6. Anybody has a doubt over here? Everybody got this? Any doubt over here? I think there was just a small calculation error. I think ये number wrong था या तो कुछ addition में mistake था. Okay, let's go ahead. Similar to that single occupancy, double occupancy, not exactly same, but similar logic पे. Remember, his profit is 60,000. So, पहले तो I would do for 100 rupees. On 100, if I increase the price by 40%, it will become 140. On that, if I give a discount of 25%, how much is 25% of 140? 1 by 4 into 140, 35. So 105. Pehle you have increased by 40%, then you have decreased by 25%. So 105. You can do successive percentage change also. Okay, 5% is the profit. Okay, now he bought headphones at 900 each. So cost price of the headphone was 900, 5% profit. 10% is 90. So 5% will be 45. So on headphones, profit is rupees 45, and on this the profit will be 75. On speakers, the profit is rupees 75. Total profit he made was 60,000. So 45x plus 75 y. Okay. Suppose he had bought x headphones and y speakers. So 45x plus 75,000 y is 60,000. I can divide by 15. 3x plus 5y, 15 4s are 4,000. 3x plus 5y. We want to maximize x plus y. हमको x plus y बड़ा रखना है. Remember, we want to put x plus y more. Now, over here, when will x plus y be more? If y is less. If y is less and x is as high as possible. So the first value which we will get for y will be when y will be 2. When y is 2, 3x will be 3090. 3090 divided by 3, 1030 will be x. And these are your two values, not 1030. कुछ तो एक छोटा सा एरर हो गया. Sorry, 3990. So 1330. So if y is 2, x will be 1330, and therefore total will be 1332. You can check any other value you will take. 3x plus 5y will come down. Why? Because if you take y more, x will still come, but finally this answer will be lesser. Everybody's clear with this? Chalo, let's go to the next one. Oh, okay, next time I'll try and take up complete fresh questions. Anybody answer for this question? If you assume Rohit can do the work in X days and Rohan can do the work in Y days, try that way, I think you will get it. You will get two proper simultaneous equations. So if Rohit can finish the full work in X days, how much time will it take to finish 40% of the work? Rohit can finish the full work in X days. So to finish 40% of the work, he'll take 40% of X. 40% of X is nothing but 2 by 5x. And Rohan can finish the full work in Y days. So he will finish 60% of the work in 60% of Y. That is 3 by 5y. And this work is given as 30 days. Now, second time exactly अब तो बाकी same ही करना है. 3 by 10 of x, 7 by 10 of y. This is equal to 25 days. Second equation. So first equation is 2x plus 3y is equal to 35 is 150. 3x plus 7y is equal to 250. Solve them to get x and y. Let's multiply this equation by 2 and this equation by 3 and subtract them. So x will cut. 14y minus 9y will be 5y is 500 minus 450. That is 50. So y will be 10. Y is 10. So what is x? 30, 180. So x is, I think so, 90. No, not 90. 150 minus 30, 120. I think x is 60. 7y. So 180. Yeah. X is 60. Now what will we get? We want to find how much time will they take to complete the work together. Regular 1 upon 10 plus 1 upon 60. 60 is the LCM. 6 plus 1, 7 upon 60. Work is done. So time taken will be 60 upon 7. Which will be 7, 8s are 56. 4 remainder, 8, 4 by 7. Option B. Does anybody have a doubt in this question or this type of question? You could have tried the question with one variable also. If you were doing with one variable, you would have got Rohit does the work in, say, X days. So Rohan finishes 60% of the work in 30 minus X days. Okay, main thing is if you want to use one variable, you will have to be very comfortable using that way. So that's important. Chalo, let's go to the next one. This question I had done some months back in one of my marathons, and a lot of people had query. So I'm just going to do it one more time. It's a past CAT question, but a lot of people were very confused that how did I use the shortcut. Anybody answer for this question? Remember, they've asked nearest to. So, 10 years ago, the age of the members of a joint family of 8 people added up to 231. So, 8 people were there, their total was 231. Pay attention very carefully, okay? 3 years later, one member died at the age of 60 and a child was born during the same year. After another 3 years, one more member died again at the age of 60 and again a child was born during the same year. What is the current age of this 8-member joint family nearest to? Now listen everybody carefully to what I have to say. Tell me if, listen to this very question very carefully. Tell me if nobody had died, what would be the total ages after 10 years? If nothing had happened in between, in 10 years, what would happen? Everybody would grow 10 years older. There were 8 people and in 10 years, everybody will just grow 10 years older. So, if nobody had died, the total age would be 231 plus 10 8s are 80 because everybody will grow 10 years older. So, 231 plus 80 would have been the total, but 2 people died. When they were died, they were kind of immediately replaced by a much younger person. So, when that older person died and the younger person was born, the difference in their age was 60 years. The difference in their age was 60 years. That means one 60-year-old went away and 0-year-old came in. One 60-year-old went away, 0-year-old came in. Second time same thing happened. When it happened doesn't matter. Okay, this is very important to understand that you don't need to do any middle calculations at all. So your answer will be 231 plus 80 minus 120, that is 231 minus 40, that's 191. Divide 191 with 8, 8 2s are 16, 31, which is approximately 8 4s are 32. Answer is the fifth option. The important thing is it does not matter who died when and who was born. Only 60-year-old died and 0-year-old was born. That is what you have to be careful about. How many people did this direct method? My point is, I'll repeat the whole question if you want. 231 was the age. If nobody would have died, their age would become 80 years more, that is 231 plus 80 hota tha. But एक 60-year-old man died, man or whatever person died, and was replaced by 0. So minus 60 plus 0. One more time minus 60 plus 0. When it happens does not matter. Remember, when it happens does not matter. Whether it happened in the first year, second year, third year, fifth year, eighth year, does not matter. So we have a minus 120. So 231 plus 80 minus 120. 191 average we want. So 191 divided by 8, approximately 24 years. Answer is the fifth option. Did you all understand this? Are we clear with this method, everybody? Chal, let's go ahead. This is also a CAT question, a past CAT question. Let's see if you all can get this. Nice question, that nice it's a slightly lengthy question. You have to be very careful when you're doing it. You have a currency named MISO in 3 denominations. Like if you want to consider as rupees, you have a 1 rupee coin or a 1 rupee note, 10 rupee note and a 50 rupee note. In how many ways can you pay a bill of 107? That means 1x plus 10y plus 50z has to be equal to 107. You can start always with the highest currency, that's easiest way to start. Z can be maximum 2, Z can be 1, Z can be 0. So there will be 3 cases you will have to do. Z is first 2. So when Z is 2, Y will have to compulsory be 0. When Z is 2, Y will have to be 0 and X will have to be 7. So only one case. But when Z is 1, there will be more cases. If Z is 1, I will get X plus 10Y is 57. X plus 10Y will be 57. In this, Y can be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 0. X plus 10Y is 57. So Y can be 0, 1, 2, 3. Because I have enough, I can pay any count. So I will have 6 cases over here. Y can be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Y cannot be 6 because it will go above 57. When Z is 0, X plus 10Y is 107. Here Y can be maximum 10 and minimum 0. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. 11 cases. So answer is 18 cases, which is option C. Somebody said 17. Check whether you found your mistake. Who was that 17 person? It's always easiest to start with the highest value over here. Cool? First of all, a quadratic function attains a maxima. That means at this point, which means it's an inverted curve. At x is 1. So when x is 1, maximum value is 3. And they have said when x is 0, it is 1. Question is find when x is 10. Anybody? They have told it's a quadratic curve, so I can assume the function to be ax square plus bx plus c. So, I know at x is 0, I know it is 1. So, a into 0 will be 0, b into 0 will be 0, plus c will be equal to 1. So, I directly got c is 1. Second, when x is 1, it is 3. If I put x as 1, I will get a into 1 a, b into 1 b, plus c is 1 is equal to 3. So, I got a plus b as 2. Now, there is a small problem. Okay, some people have got the answer, couple of people have got it wrong, couple of people have got it right. The main important step over here is, if there is a, now see I am using a different color marker, so pay attention. If there is a maxima over here, then the graph will always be exactly symmetrical at that point. The graph will be exactly symmetrical at that point. So, 0 से 1 का distance is 1. So, here also the distance will be 1. So, at x is 2, also the answer will be 1. Very, very, very important. At x is 2, because between 0 and 1 the distance is 1. So, between 1 and 1 the distance, 1 and 2 the distance also will be 1. So, at x is 2, it will be 1. And now you will have one more equation. At x is 2. So, 4a plus 2b plus 1 is equal to 1, sorry. 1 minus 1 is 0. So, 4a plus 2b is equal to 0. So, it is as good as 2a plus b is equal to 0. So, if I subtract both the equations, I will get a as minus 2. I get a as minus 2. And what will be, if you got a as minus 2, what is b? B is 4. And we already knew c was 1, which means my quadratic is negative 2x square plus 4x plus 1. Put the value which they have asked for. What is the value at x is 10? So, when x is 10, this will be 100 into 200. So, negative 200 plus 40 plus 1, negative 159. Answer is option B. Yes, you can put minus b by 2a also. That is the same thing. The derivative approach, which is the same logic. Yes, you can put minus b by 2a is 1. Let's see if anybody else understood that minus b by 2a. I am showing that over here. The maximum point was at 1. The maximum always occurs when x is minus b by 2a. So, we can say minus b by 2a is 1, and that will give you the same second equation which we got. Minus b is 2a. So, 2a plus b is 0. Got that, everybody? Somebody saying B, somebody saying D. Now let's get the answer which are definitely not the answers. This is definitely not the answer. Why? Because 2 raised to something, whatever the power is, will be a positive value. So this will be a positive value, that is why it is not my answer. Square root of something, when the square root sign is already given, will be a positive answer, so this will also be out. X square will be a positive answer, so this is also out. So these three out, I have to just check between 1 by x and 2x. So 1 divided by negative 0.5, that's 10 divided by 5, that's minus 2. And 2 into negative 0.5 is minus 1. So this is the smaller value, answer is option B. Important was, lot of people forget this part. When you write the square root of something, suppose square root of 36, square root of 36 is not plus or minus 6, square root of 36 is 6 only. Okay, because when you write the square root, you automatically have decided that it is a positive sign. That's important. Okay. Simple question on indices, just एक revision type है ये. Okay, if they had asked largest, we'll have to check. I haven't checked. Basically, LCM of the base, not the base, but the denominator. So 2, 3, 4, 12 ka LCM is 12. So raise everything to 12. If I raise everything to 12, this will become 2 raised to 6, 3 raised to 4, 4 raised to 3, and 12 raised to 1. So 2 raised to 6 is 64, 3 raised to 4 is 81, this is also 64, and this is 12. We wanted the largest. So what's the answer? B. Somebody said A at the start. I don't know what mistake they made. Everybody got it? These are slightly easier questions. One geometry question. All those who want to revise geometry, especially all the concepts. So just one day before CAT, I had conducted a marathon. One day before CAT, where the first half an hour I have revised all the geometry concepts. That's a good part to see if you want to revise the geometry concepts, if you had not attended that session. A semicircle is drawn with AB as diameter. I know semicircle बोला है, but मैं circle draw कर रहा हूँ खाली. I will take only the semicircle with AB as diameter. From a point C on AB, a line perpendicular to AB is drawn, meeting the circumference at D, given that AC is 2, meeting over here at D, and CD is 6. Find the area of the semicircle, which means in short I want the radius. Yes, anybody? Answer? So you want diameter or radius or whatever you want to call it. Once you get the diameter also, you will get the radius, same thing. So you have this property, this will be a right angle triangle, because diameter subtends a right angle on the circle. So if I take this part as x, so what is the property we have? DC square is equal to AC into BC. You can prove it using similarity also. So 6 square is 36 is 2 into BC. So BC is 18. BC is 18, so diameter is 20, so radius is 10. If radius is 10, you want to find area of the semicircle. Area of semicircle is half pi r square. So that will be 50 pi. Area of the semicircle will be 50 pi. Next one, inequalities. You can use tick cross method, you can use quadratic, whatever works. Here we can say let x raised to 1 upon 3 be a. Let x raised to 1 upon 3 be a. Therefore, x raised to 2 upon 3 will become a square. If x raised to 1 upon 3 is a, x raised to 2 upon 3 will become a square. So, I will get a square plus a minus 2 is less than 0, less than or equal to 0. Factorize this, you will get a plus 2 into a minus 1 less than or equal to 0. So, a is between minus 2 and 1, because this will give you positive 1, this will give you minus 2. Now, but this is for a, we want for x. So, x raised to 1 upon 3 is a, therefore, x is a cube. So, take cubes, you will get minus 8 less than x less than 1, because a cube ho jayega and a cube is x. So, answer is the first option. Lot of people had said option B, somebody said D, I don't know what people were doing. In fact, किसी ने तो C भी बोला, C में तो equal to sign है ही नहीं. C can never be an answer. Something like what was asked in CAT this year. Only thing you will get two equations. Two raised to 0.7 x. So that will remain as it is, into 3 raised to negative 1.25 y is equal to 8. 8 is 2 cube into root 6. Root 6 is root 2 into root 3. Root 2 is 2 raised to half and root 3 is 3 raised to half. So, if I equate 2 with 2, I will get 0.7 x is equal to 3.5. I don't even need the second equation. The second equation is actually useless. 0.7 x is equal to 3.5, 7x is 35, so x is 5. X is 5 is there only in one option. Topic closed. And there was 27 also, so 3 cube also was there. We can check the answer for y also. Negative 1.25 y will be half minus 3, that will be negative 2.5. So, y is equal to 2. So, x is 5, y is 2. A question which basically had a lot of data. जब question start करते तो लोगों को लगता है oh it is going to take a lot of time and so on, but very frankly it gets done very quickly. Standard question of time, speed, distance, but just a revision. CAT wala was also not very lengthy. I just solved, I made the video yesterday or day before yesterday only. It was not very lengthy. Yes, it was not very short, but it was pretty decent. A, B and K start from the same place in the same direction at speeds of 30, 40 and 60. B starts 2 hours after A. If B and K overtake A at the same instance, after how many hours did K start? So, let's pay attention to, first let's concentrate only on B and A. B and K started, so B started 2 hours after A. So, in the first 2 hours, A will reach here, covering a distance of 60 kilometers. In the first 2 hours, A will cover a distance of 60 kilometers. Okay. Now pay attention. So, what is the, where will they catch up? Relative speed is 60 minus 40, 30, 40 minus 30. So, 60 divided by 40 minus 30, 10. 60 divided by 10, 6 hours. So, after 6 more hours, will they catch up? Now, that is not anyway asked in the question. So, 6 more hours may 6B will cover 640s at 240 kilometers. So, A and B both will be over here, where this extra distance is 180, total distance is 240. Now, so A को total 240 cover करने के लिए 8 hours लगा, B को 6 hours लगा, and C will take only 4 hours because, sorry, or K will take only 4 hours because K ka speed is 60. K is also reaching here at the same time, that's it. So, K will take only 4 hours. So, question asked is, after how many hours after A did K start? So, A took 8 hours, K took only 4 hours. So, started 4 hours later. Okay, these are all, as I had said, very standard time speed distance questions. Remember your VALR session, don't forget that. Anybody answer for this question? I'm still waiting. No answer by anybody. Anybody got the answer? Okay, couple of people have given me the answer. I want to just understand what methods people have used. Okay. One of the approaches which I would have used maybe was this. Pay attention. There was 1/3 was water, and remaining A and B were in the ratio 5:3. So to make my calculations easy, I started by taking 120x as the total thing. We'll think of a couple of approaches. Let's think 120x. 1/3 of 120x is 40x. So water is 40x. Remaining is 80x, which has to be divided in the ratio A:B. So A will become 50x and B will become 30x. So this is initially. Now at the end also, listen to this very carefully. At the end also, B is still not removed at all. If you've read the question carefully, they have said water goes out and some amount of A goes out, right? Absorbed liquid A partially. B does not absorb at all. So B remains 30x ka 30x also, and that is 9 parts. Now this is what I have learned, and I want to teach you all also. Pay attention that every time you reach something like this, you want to make this 9 parts, but it is not divisible by 9. So at this stage, instead of dealing with fraction, just quickly make the whole question a small change. Make this 360x. So that is multiplying by 3. This becomes 120x. This becomes 150x, and this becomes 90x. Very quickly you do this. So 90x ka 90x remains as it is. This is 9 parts. A and B and the ratio 7:9. So this is 9 parts. So therefore automatically this has to become 70x. A has to become 70x. The whole water went out. So water 120x was removed. B from 150x became 70x. So 80x was removed of this, and total which is removed is 200. So 200x is equal to 200, x is equal to 1, and because x is 1, they've asked for how much water was removed. Water removed was 120x. Answer is option E. How many people got this without a single fraction? Just tell me in the chat whether you got it completely without a single fraction. If you look at this, there is not a single fraction in the question. One other way of doing this question can be this. Pay attention. This is one method. Other way of doing this question is start exactly ulta. At the end, A and B are in the ratio 7:9. So we say B was 90x, A was 70x. Now, initially they were in the ratio 5:3. Initially they were in the ratio 5:3. So initially also A was same, only 90x only. So if this is 3 parts, 3 parts is 90x. So 1 part is 30. So 5 parts was 150. So A was 150x. From here I get 150x plus 90x is 240x. Water was 1/3. That means these two together were 2/3. So 150 plus 90, 240 is 2/3. So if 2 parts is 240, 1 part is 120. So water was 120x. And from here we get the same logic. 120 of the water is removed plus 80 of A is removed, which is equal to 200. X comes out to be 1 and your answer comes out to be 1. So very different, means you can always start. In fact, the CAT question which came this year, जिसमें वो 15:4 आ रहा है. Remember, I don't know if you'll remember that question. There's one question on CAT this year where there was a 15:4. That also can be done with 15:4 as the thing. If you want, I'll take it in the next class, that question. Something like data sufficiency, not exactly data sufficiency, something like that. So what have they said? There is one common root and two unique roots, right? So suppose A is the common root. Just taking an example, A is the common root. A is there in both of them. One of them has B and the other has C. Are we clear with that much? The question is that much? Now, let's see what have we got. And they have told us A plus B plus C. B is 41 and the product of one of the equations is 35. So either A multiplied by B is 35 or A multiplied by C is 35. One of them is 35. Now, which of the following option is definitely correct? Common root is 29. Is that a necessity? Okay, let's think a little bit. Can 29 come? If A plus B plus C is 41 and if A is 29, what is B plus C? First of all, do you agree the common root cannot be 29? Why can this 29 be not possible? Because एक product तो मुझे 35 चाहिए जो नहीं हो सकता, so this is out. The smallest among the roots is 1. Is that necessary? Can I have 5 and 7 and something like that? So suppose if I took this as 7, this as 5, just checking. Product became 35. This is 7. So 7 plus 5 is 12 and C can be any value. 41 minus 12. What is 41 minus 12? 29. So C can be 29 in this case. So this is not 35. AB is 35. AC is something else only, doesn't matter. But the sum of A plus B plus C is coming as 41. So smallest root 1 is also not a necessity. Maybe it will work with 1. I'm not saying no. I didn't check also whether it will work with 1. What if A is 30? In fact, I can take A as 1, B as 35, A is 1, C can be anything. 35 plus 1 is 36. So C can be 5. That's also a possibility. Now, in this case, also one of the roots is 5. In this case, also one of the roots is 5. Can there be any other case where 5 will not come? हमने 35 लेके देखा, तभी भी एक root 5 आया. When I took 7 also I got one root 5. And if you think 35 का no other product of 35, we can have 135 or 57. No other possible values is there. And hence, one of the roots is definitely 5 is true. And since I've got first and second false, last is also, I don't need to check the others also. See, product of roots of the other equation is 5. This is not a necessity. ये इस case में आ रहा है, इस case में नहीं आ रहा है. So question is, which is a definite thing which will happen? Vedant, you can put it on the group. We will answer your query. Again, this is something which you must have done recently. So let's check. Now, is question का most common mistake is people take alpha as 5 plus 2 root 7. So they say beta has to be 5 minus 2 root 7. Incorrect, not necessary. If alpha is 5 plus 2 root 7, beta doesn't have to be 5 minus 2 root 7. And therefore, this is out. It is not a necessity. Why? Because this is not integers. Okay, over here we have a irrational number, 2 root 7. That is possible only when A, B, C are rational. That rule applies only when A, B, C are rational. So here what will we do? One of the roots is 5 plus 2 root 7. That means the value of x is 5 plus 2 root 7. So we can do 5 plus 2 root 7 the whole square minus a into 5 plus 2 root 7 plus b plus 2 root 7. Basically, if it's a root, the answer is equal to 0. So we'll get 25 plus 28 plus 20 root 7 minus 5 minus 2 root 7 plus b. There was a with x, sorry. So I missed the a out. 1 second, sorry, I'll just erase that much. There was ax, right? So there will be a over here. So 25 plus 28 plus 20 root 7 minus 5a, actually इसको ऐसे कैसे ही रखते हैं, minus a into 5 plus 2 root 7 plus b plus 2 root 7 is equal to 0. Now what you need to do over here is, if you take numbers on one side and a and b on one side, so negative a into 5 plus 2 root 7 on one side, okay, that is this part, plus b remains on this side. Take everything else on the other side, so it will become negative 2 root 7 minus 20 root 7 and whatever minus 53. Open the bracket up, there will be a real part and there will be an imaginary part. So negative 5a plus 2 root 7, minus 2 root 7a plus b is negative 22 root 7 minus 53. So this part will be negative 22 root 7. So if I cut out, a will come out to be 11. If I cut this part, a will come out to be 11. Compare the irrational part with the irrational part. Negative 2 root 7 a is equal to negative 22 root 7. So a comes out to be 11. Negative 5a plus b comes out to be negative 53. So negative 55 plus b is equal to negative 53. So b becomes 2. Everybody got that? Chalo, we've done enough for today, I think so. Yeah, I changed that, Chiranjeev. I think we've done enough for today. We'll do the remaining questions next class mein. There will be, as I said, 4 more marathons, and hopefully my internet